Peace everyone, welcome to Earth Crowns. Today I'm going to be doing an instructional tutorial on two different styles of hijab crowns. And lately, ever since World Hijab Day on February the 1st, I've been extremely inspired to just create different forms and different styles of hijabs in honoring Muslim women. And I have so much respect for the Islamic tradition, specifically the Islam that deals with mathematics and science. And there's a lot of rumors out there that Muslim women started to cover their hair because of the Christian covering of their hair, but that's actually not the case. In Christian history, you find that there is actually a disassociation with the covering of the head, so the practice actually ceases, whereas that's something that has never happened in Islamic culture unless the women specifically adopt westernized forms of womanhood and decide not to carry the hijab. But aside from all this, I want to give a shout out to Emma and to the various other women that have been writing to me and just telling me about what they would like to see on the videos. So here it goes. This first style, I am going to be using two scarves as usual. I'm using this mustard yellow and this green variations of green Sari scarf. And to start this off, I'm just going to first take the yellow scarf and I'm going to fold it inward a third of the way. So, like that. And I'm going to turn it around. And I am going to tie it in the back. Always make sure that the lengths of both tails match. So there I go. So I just want to make sure that it's very nice and neat here in the front, because this is kind of like where things are going to go on. So I want it to be real smooth in the front there. And now I'm going to deal with the different variations of green sari that I have. And the color that I'm really want to feature in the front is this color. It's kind of like a dark green, like forest green. And I'm going to place it diagonally, coming from the left downward to the right. And just gonna make sure that the lengths of the tails are equal. And what I'm going to do is just fold it. I'm folding it in the back here. Okay. So I just fold it and the lengths of the tails are the same. And I'm just going to go like this to the sari because I want to feature the yellow in the back. I still want to have kind of like this continuation going with the front, and then you see it in the back. And then now what I'm going to do is, I have 4 tails. I am going to start by dealing with the green sari tail, and I'm bringing it again up in a diagonal line. And if you notice, this green is showing up and is kind of doing like a little zigzag in the front, or crisscross, whatever you want to call it there, right? Because whenever you do diagonal things, that's what happens. And I'm just going to insert the sari into the pocket that the sari itself made as it's being wrapped around the head. Okay. And of course, I'm still going like that. I wouldn't know what the technical word for that is, but Now the third step is to fold in. I'm going to deal with this yellow, with the mustard yellow tail on my left side, your right, and I'm bringing it up diagonally as well. And I'm also going to tuck it in into the existing pockets that are there. So kind of made this effect, right? You see some yellow in the front, now you see it in the back. And now I have these two tails, and this is where the hijab gives it the hijab look comes in. I'm first going to start with the yellow tail, and I'm gonna bring it around like this. I'm just gonna, well, I won't move the green. The green has to stay on the top, so the yellow is moving on the bottom, or you can, it's whatever you decide. You can keep you can do the green at the bottom and the yellow on the top. It's up to you when you adapt this style and whatever colors you're using. Now I'm going to move the green. I think I actually prefer the green at the bottom myself, and I am tucking in the tail through the bottom to the top. And then what I want to do is I want to feature both colors as they come in, okay? And so here it is. This is what gives it the kind of like the hijab look. I want to finish off this hijab crown with these green earrings that you might have seen me use in the past. They're very tiny, but they look great with this hijab style. Okay, so I'm gonna turn around so that you can see the end result. And if there are any fringes sticking out or anything, I didn't have a mirror, so couldn't see it. All right. So there you have it. This is the first of the two styles that I'll be making, and if you notice, it's kind of like it comes in very tight. It's not the traditional drapey style. It comes in just straight through from the more up style of head wrap. All right. Now, the first hijab style, right, it was kind of a combination between hijab at the bottom with your regular kind of downward up wrap at the top. This one is going to resemble more the traditional kind of hijab that goes all around the head and kind of has that drapey hair feeling. But before that, I'm going to start off with this headband, and I'm just placing it in the front here. And so I'm going to be using two scarves aside from the headband. And the first scarf has these beautiful stripes, and it's on the orange color spectrum. So it goes great with the headband. And I'm just placing it horizontally, making sure that the ends match. And they do. And I'm gonna bring around the scarf, and both tails are going to come up. So first tail, I started with the right. I'm bringing it up, and I want to bring it up in a diagonal. Diagonal angle. And just taking it to the back and tucking it in into its own pocket that the diagonal itself made. And I just like to start rearranging as I'm doing the wrap. Sometimes I do it at the end, sometimes while it's happening. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the second scarf. And I'm bringing it up in another diagonal. And then I'm also going to tuck it in the back. Okay. Now, make sure those fringes are inside. Now, of course, you can rock this head wrap like this, but to give it that hijab flavor. I'm using this very old scarf. It's actually an Asian scarf. And what's interesting about this is that about 5 years ago, I was doing hijab styles. I just never presented it to the public, the styles that I had made. And this was the first scarf that I had used to do that. So just, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm placing it here because I want the hijab to show what I did at the bottom. And I'm just taking this first tail and I'm bringing it around. I'm going to tuck in this. I'm tucking it in here. And when I bring this other one around, it's going to help cover that. Now this one, I am bringing it in here. Now you can use a pin if you want to for this style, right? But the way that I'm making it, right, I'm not making it where I have one short end, one long end, and then draping it around. You don't really need it for this hijab style. So you can make it as loose and as tight as you want. I kind of like it in between. So I'm going to turn around so that you can see the end result. Thank you so much for joining me today. I have been enjoying making these hijab styles, and dealing with an aspect of Islam definitely will continue to be inspired by the beautiful, beautiful creations of the Muslim world. So peace everyone, and have a great day. I look forward to seeing you next time.